Welcome to one of my favorite things to do in all of life. It's the Jason and Osi Podcast.
Mm-hmm.
It is, we are back. We're at it. Osi had a tough morning getting here.
Yeah, it was rough, man.
It was rough.
It was rough.
Traffic.
London's
finest.
Yep.
How long was your walk to the tube?
About 35 minutes, approximately.
What would it have been
if I would have taken an Uber?
No traffic.
3 minutes.
Oh, that changes everything.
Changes everything.
And
man.
your fit is fresh.
Yeah.
Which walking long in a fresh fit.
Yeah. It's not good, right?
Nah.
Yeah, it's not good. It messes things up a little bit.
Just, you know what I mean? You like these pants are a little too snug.
Yeah, I know, man.
For the stroll.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Somebody came here earlier before you got here and handed me something, and it's going to surprise you.
Okay.
And I want you to look at it.
See what you got.
I want you to look at this. And it's kind of amazing. I want your opinion on this article.
Interesting.
Yeah. Let me just get it to the right
The
page.
scroll. What is the scroll?
Osi, I'm telling you, I know where I'm going, but it's I'm not there yet.
Wow.
So this is the page. But I just want you to, I'm gonna bring it over to you.
Okay.
Okay. Tell me how this makes you feel. Bam!
Wow. Would you look at this? Where's it? Oh, this is so nice. Oh, I have to give this to him, man.
It is a picture. We got to show it to everyone.
Wow. What is this for?
TJ. Show the camera, Osi. Show the camera.
Oh, okay.
Show the camera. You make beautiful kids.
Yeah, no.
Oh, yeah, don't show his face.
Don't show his face,
Yeah.
no. But he's here.
He's here. Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Look at
Very tall and
that.
athletic.
This is nice.
Yes.
This is incredible.
Does TJ know he's in the paper?
No.
Does he know anything about this?
He doesn't know he's in the paper.
So it was an experience with the Jacksonville
Jaguars. With the
Jags.
Jags. Yeah, it was. They went out there.
Program they had.
Yeah, when they came out here for the
game.
For the game.
Ah.
Yeah. And yeah. But speaking of TJ. Speaking of TJ. As you know, as you're aware,
I'm aware.
He's going back.
He wants to go back to America.
Yeah. He wants to pursue.
Because he wants to play basketball.
He wants to play basketball.
Not because he doesn't love it out
Loves it here.
Loves the school, loves his friends, all that.
He loves it here.
But we do love sports.
Yeah.
So. And
I've tried to convince him not to go.
Of course.
I want him to stay here, right?
Yeah. See, he's flourishing.
He's just doing the greatest, right?
Right.
But he wants to go play basketball.
I understand. Oh.
And so I'm in a precarious position.
You are. Parenting.
It's a very, very bad position to be in, right? And here's the reason why. Is because I know he's going to have fun, right? And I know he's going to develop as a basketball player. But I believe that the school he's in now gives him a great chance of succeeding later on.
It gives him a global perspective on life.
Correct, right? And so I'm in the position of having to battle between what I think is right and what he wants to do, his dream.
Right.
All right?
Right.
And if I'm like, no, I think you should stay here because, bro, you stay in this school, you can go to Harvard, you can go to Princeton, you can go to, you can be one of those people who own the basketball teams, right?
You have the best launching pad available.
You can be one of those guys.
You can.
Right?
Yes.
But he wants to go play.
Ooh,
and I don't know what to do. It's not that I don't know what to do. I know I have to support him, right? The decision's been made, right? But I feel horrible about making that decision. Even though I'm happy for him, I still, in my mind, I'm like, bro, I wish you wouldn't want to do that. I wish you would want to own the team. I wish you would want to go in a different direction, because I believe that we need more private equities. We need more tech. We need more of that.
He can still get it through that school. It's a very good school.
It is a very good school.
It's a really
but
good
I know that
it's one of the best schools if you were to go to a private school in the States, right? It's not. It's a boarding school, right?
It's a boarding school.
Is it a good overall boarding school?
It's a good overall boarding school, but it's
academically,
because it's a good school academically. There's no question about that.
Okay.
But is it as good of a school academically as the one he's going to here?
Right. It's not.
No.
Got it.
As maybe 3 schools in the world.
Yeah, it's one of the two. Yeah.
They're as good as the one he's going to here, right?
Right.
And Jay, I don't know, man.
Parental dilemma.
I don't know. I feel like it's just the opportunities for Black people, right? Also, it almost seems as if that's what we see as success. Like, you see me, they see you, and we see this as success. But there's so many other avenues, right? There's so many other ways. There's so many other things that you can do to be successful that don't involve sports, that don't involve rapping. But those that's not elevated. They don't elevate that.
Well, do you think he's just doing this because he wants to be does it have to be about being successful at it, or is it about just loving the sport and what we do when we're kids?
No, he wants to go to the NBA. That's what he's saying. I want to go to the NBA. I'm like, listen.
But any kid who plays, from when they first start, or they pick a ball, they kick a ball, whatever they want to be.
They want to go to.
Yeah.
Correct, right?
Yeah.
But then there's a lot of people who that is their only avenue out.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
And there are a lot of people who that's not their only avenue out. Right?
Mm-hmm.
He's not, that's not his only way.
No.
It's not.
I see the dilemma because the opportunity he has at that school is phenomenal. But I do understand the dynamics of what sports do for you as a person and why you would want to pursue that.
He's playing sports here.
I know.
He's on the basketball team here.
Right. But I get why you're allowing him to go.
Yeah, I have to.
Yeah. But it's very hard. I will say this about sports. I've seen this in America. You know who pays the most and does the most and tries and puts so much pressure on the kids? Really rich people in sports.
In sports.
Oh my goodness. Because you can't buy that. Everybody wants their kid to be the starting quarterback on the high school team that goes to college. No matter how, the richest people, they want that. You can't have that. So, I think that.
That's interesting, because I don't want that for him.
But it's easy.
I want him to be the smartest person in the school.
But it's easy for you to say that because you've done it.
Correct.
And there's not a lot of people walking this planet, and no amount of money can allow you to be in the position that you were in.
Correct.
And done it. Because if it was like that, then the owners would have their kids starting quarterback. But it isn't that kind of system.
Correct.
So once again, it's easy for us to do that and say that. I will say this though. At some point, I don't envy you. Very tough. But at some point, the decision will be made. The circumstances will be made on how far he can pursue that.
Correct.
And you're allowing that to happen.
Yeah, no doubt.
Which is not easy.
No, it's tough.
But I will say this. I think that me knowing you and knowing how you behave and how you treat people as far as allowing them to make their own decisions and have their own opinions, whatever way the wind turns, you'll be willing to adjust the sail with him.
Yeah, you have to. And I don't have a choice. He's my kid.
Well, you do have a choice because you're sitting here. Because you could say, "Hey, I hear what you're saying. I love it, but this is not your path. Your path is this."
Yeah, but I can't. I know I can, but I can't. I can, but I can't. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you think this was a mysterious question that got put in front of me? Do you think kids from wealthy families have a less chance of making it in pro sports.
Yeah, of course.
You do.
100%.
Why is that?
It depends on the sports.
Okay.
First and foremost, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're talking about a sport like boxing,
Mm-hmm.
or a sport like American football,
Mm-hmm.
or a sport like even basketball,
Mm-hmm.
I believe that there's a prerequisite hunger.
Ooh. Okay.
There's a prerequisite hunger, right?
Yeah.
That you have to have that is very difficult for people who come from means and who come from vast finances, to succeed at. I think it's very difficult. Like, okay, for instance, a quarterback, right? You're not necessarily getting punched in the mouth all the time, right? So you stick in there and play that position, right?
But
Yeah.
to your point, I'm just going on the back of your point, bruh, the adversity and the
Too much adversity.
and the stuff you have to go through. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's very difficult for those people. Like even, I see it all the time.
Yeah.
I see it all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you see people who have skill or who have talent, right? But then, bro, it's 100 degrees outside. You got pads on. You got old linemen all up in your face. They talking trash to you. It's, that sun is on your neck. They're making you run wind sprints, all the things, all the necessary things that you have to do to succeed, right? Mm-hmm. When you're already driving a Mercedes and you're already living in a big house, you're like, man, I'm not.
Why am I doing
this?
Yeah.
You're just not doing it.
Osi. And I'm thinking extreme wealth here. Yep. I'm not thinking just, well off and doing well. And I'm thinking crazy,
You never see them.
Yeah, true.
You never see them succeed in sports.
One thing that I always feel like I have to defend, and you know me, when I feel like I'm on defense mode, I'm ready. And it happens to me all the time in social settings. And it's somebody realizes I play professional football or whatever. Somebody says something. And in the conversation, we start to have it. And it always comes down to their kid or somebody close to their family could have done this, but decided they weren't because they just weren't good enough to go pro. So it's like, yeah, he could have, he was good and he could have done this, but he decided not to. And what they're really telling me is, they're really trying to tell me I needed it more than they did. In a way, in a conversation, it's kind of like, yeah, he could have, or he decided instead of taking the football scholarship to go the academic route. And I'm like, that's crazy. Yeah. Because I've been around people whose parents could pay enormous amounts for college, but let them get a scholarship. That's all they say to their friends. He got a football scholarship. That is,
it's a source of pride. Yeah.
Oh, huge. Crazy. And I always feel that heat. I always feel like, oh, we're having this combo. Yeah. And then I come at them. I come at them straight and be like, and I start spitting facts on, why that wouldn't occur and whatever. And they always just kind of bow down.
They can't do it.
Yeah. But it's funny how they get so defensive. Just like I said, when I first got into finance and people would realize what I was doing and I would be at these conferences and the way they would attack me over that, I could feel it.
Yeah. It's bro, professional athletes it's to make it to that level, you have to be different.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
You just have to be different.
Yes.
Like point blank period. Yes. You go outside, Jason, right? And we'll be training. You understand what I mean? And you run to the point that you get this breath right here, Jason. You know the breath I'm talking about.
Yeah. You can't breathe. I think something's wrong with me.
I'm going to die, right? And then that if you take another step, you probably will die. Yeah. And what do? You take that step anyway.
You really do.
There's something inside you that makes you.
You really do
that, and you have to have you have to be hungry. Yeah. And when you've already eaten, you just that hunger is just not there, bro. It's just not. Not taking anything away from anybody.
Right.
But you just learn it from having to do this to succeed.
Yeah, I'm following you. I'm with you because wherever you are on this path. Yeah. Wherever you are, right? And we're talking about think about the first time you went out there and tried out on a football team. You were in America for pure academics. There's been so many hurdles where you're like, you've wanted to quit. I have.
Yep.
It's just been too many times where I'm like, man, this sucks. I want to quit. I want to transfer. I don't want to be at this school. I don't want to play for this coach. So many of those circumstances happened in my path as in yours. Well, you just kept battling.
Yep. Had to.
For whatever reason. I couldn't leave UCLA. I remember going to look at other schools because my coach was trying to do some funny things to me and thinking I was going to transfer. It wasn't easy like it is now with this whole transfer portal thing they got. I just had to battle through. I can't just go and be like, put me on an academic scholarship, or whatever. And trust me, I love the game, but it was some things where I was like, this sucks. I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
But you get through that. It's always temporary. But your circumstances sometimes will allow you to not push yourself through that. I don't do things today that I should probably push myself through because I don't have to.
Because you don't have to do it.
Because I don't have to. I've worked hard enough and done some of the right things where I don't have to do things that I probably should.
Jason.
So I can't be hypocritical. I can't be hypocritical.
It's a fact.
Yeah, I can't sit here and say, one way or another how I would behave. I just know my circumstances in that situation were those where I had support. I mean, I was never going to be homeless. I could have went back. Everything was straight. You know what I'm saying? My family would have took care of me. But it wouldn't have been like, just come over here and run the business.
Nah. You would have had none of that.
It would have been none of that.
You would have had none of it.
But it has definitely shaped the way I think. It's funny. I was talking to the, that you say this, I was talking to the academy kids, the NFL academy. And we were having a conversation, and they asked me a question about something, and then it just clicked for me one time, and I started to remember what it was like to be young and on a team and in that environment, and I said something to him, and I almost had to stop, but I was like, I was looking around the room, and I was trying to say it the nicest way, Osi, but I was like, you got to understand, like, I don't know what they asked me, but I was like, I used to look around and be in an environment like this, and I would break you. I said, I would break you. And I just started pointing. And I wasn't directing him. I said, that was my mentality.
That's the truth, yeah.
I knew I'm going to break this dude. I'm going to outwill him. He's not tough enough.
Doesn't have it.
I would see, I think it was a question even about how do you avoid the pitfalls of everything that comes with the sport. I was like, avoid it. If that was getting you, I knew I was going to break you. Unless you are the most talented person in this room, which was undeniable, and we all know. If you are distracted by the shiny stuff, I will break you. Because I will outwork you until we get to that one point where your will just turns like that, right? Your will just quits just a little bit. That's when I run right through your chest. And I had to snap out of it because I was like, whoa, but it's to what you're saying. When you just said that to me, at first I'm just, I'm trying to represent the TJ over here. And then you said it, I'm like, but you're right, because if you're not, you don't know when that time comes where you're pushed to the brink. And that one thing where you could have punked out a little bit or went the easy route could change everything.
Change everything, bro. Change everything, man. And it's so real out there in what we do. The competition is so extreme, right?
It is.
So extreme.
It is.
These people are, it's life or death for a lot of these people, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm like, do you really have a full grasp, a full understanding of where you're going? You think it's what you see on it's what you see on TV? Like, this is not a joke, man. It's dead serious out there. And if you don't have that, because Mike Boley,
I love Boley.
I die for this stuff. I die for this. If you don't
Shout out to Michael Boley.
If you don't have that,
right.
Just sit down.
Just sit down.
Just
It's not for
go
you.
do something else. It's not for you. It's not for you.
Bruh, you said something. You're sparking a lot right now. All right, so you understand the game. You understand competition. You understand exactly what's happening. Like you get it.
Yeah.
What's happening now too is because we know the game, and we're trying to protect our offspring, our kids. It's about lessening competition. Mm-hmm. Think about it.
Yeah.
Why is school so expensive? Universities, and obviously I'm talking more about America.
Yep.
The private school system. I mean, there's an attack on the public school system in the U.S.
Yep.
And there's a reason. Because if I can eliminate competition from the pool, then I almost guarantee success for my kid, but not based on their merits.
Yep.
Just by them being in the right place, doing the right things.
Yep.
And that can be paid for.
100%.
That can be paid for.
100%. Let me ask you something, Jason.
Yes.
So for instance, and we're going to keep talking about TJ, right? Mm-hmm. TJ, if I said to myself, right, TJ is going to be at least a Division I college defensive end, right?
He would.
He would.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, he would.
Because
100% he would. Yeah. You'd be on it right now doing everything that needed to be done.
Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We're training him to do this, right? Okay, now you got to stay low. You got to get off.
Yep.
You got to. This guy's he's a jump setter. He's a deep setter. I teach him how to jump the snap. I could literally
you can build him.
You
could
because of the advantages that I have, and then on top of that, the connections that I have.
That's what I was about to say. Then all you gotta do is call.
Hey, be like,
you gotta call two of your friends that are head coaches in college right now and be like, Here's TJ's coming.
Yeah, he's coming there. Boom, boom. So we could put him in, and it's the exact same thing you were just talking about, lessening the competition.
Done.
Right?
Done.
Easy.
Yep.
But I can't control that.
No.
I ain't got nothing for you there.
Yeah.
You are on your own.
You think that's why he's pursuing hoops?
I don't.
Do you think indirectly TJ's like, I got to do this on my own. Pops can't really help me.
When he was younger, he tried football, right? When he was in America, he liked it.
He liked it.
Yeah. He was enjoying it. And then he came over here, and then everything just it just switched for him.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Is
it because it's easier to play here?
I don't think so.
No, it's actually easier to play.
Yeah, you can play American
football. Yeah.
So I don't think so. It's just that's just what it is, right?
Yeah.
So regardless, just like you were talking about before, in terms of lessening the competition, we could do that in certain things. In certain things we can't, right?
Yeah.
It's
harder to make it in hoop.
Oh my!
So much harder.
You're dealing with the whole world, right?
You're dealing with the entire globe.
The entire globe. They played everywhere.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And they scout everywhere.
Yeah.
So you're dealing with billions of people,
it's
man.
So hard
like
to be,
what?
It's so hard to make it in hoop.
It's tough.
It ends up being 5 dudes out there. 5, bro.
The NBA.
It's tough to make it in there.
Crazy.
But
so yeah. There's that.
That's tough.
And then maybe 5 years from now, 6 years from now, we're still doing this podcast. Like, hey, guess what, Jason? They just drafted this. TJ just got drafted.
We'll act like this podcast never happened. Somebody will call us out.
Like Simon, hey.
Simon, you better delete
Erase
that podcast.
This
we already knew. We knew TJ was going to make it. Oh my gosh.
Crazy.
It's a fascinating conversation. Because
my parents didn't want me to play American football.
Because your parents understood you have to do what you can control. And what you can control is the process of knowledge and education and exposure.
That's all they were focused on. Education. What? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
You better go and read your book, Osi.
Yeah.
That's it. You better go and read your book, right?
Man.
Ain't worried about. But then, hey, man, he made it. And now it's all gravy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now we're all riding the gravy train. That's just life, J-Bell.
But you better go read that book. You still reading them books.
Oh, man. It gives you the foundation. It's necessary.
It does. The knowledge is there.
Yeah.
It's there for us all.
Yeah. Golly.
I will say.
Long time.
27 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Flew by.
Yeah, that did. It's an interesting conversation. I will say this, Osi, about all of this is the one thing we always need to promote, and we continue to, is that the opportunity to learn is there for all of us, to obtain knowledge and to set ourselves up to do what we would like to do. Just pursue it.
Yeah.
Just pursue it and understand everyone's circumstance is different. And I just got to give you a lot of credit because as a parent, I don't know what I would do in this situation.
Oh, your time is coming.
I know. I don't know what I would do. I don't know what I would do. I don't know if I could be this calm.
Who knows how good she's going to be in something.
I'm going to just be like, you going here, you doing this. I'm too much. I'm very lenient.
Yeah.
I'm very cool. But when it comes down to going to college, university, like that's not your choice.
Yeah. You're going.
You're going.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm like, that's going to be tough.
I forgot to tell you something.
What's up?
I think you're going to like this, though.
Tell me, please.
On the interview that TJ was doing with the academy that he's going to, they asked him what college he wants to go to. You never believe what he said.
Did he say UCLA?
UCLA.
Yes! Because he's a hooper. Because he's a hooper.
I said, wow, what are the odds of that?
Oh, we got to start working.
He said UCLA. I said, oh, Jay
we got people, Osi.
Yeah, I said Jason's going to be happy.
We got people. We can make some calls now.
But it's a dope school. Like, regardless of whether he's playing ball or not, I think that'd be a dope school to go to.
You know what's amazing is you go to a school and you live over in a country like this and you say, and people are like, yeah, I know UCLA.
Yeah, UCLA.
It's a global brand.
Yeah,
and
nice.
I don't know how I got lucky to go there. Yeah. Like I was on my way somewhere else and just the best decision I made at 17, 18 years old. Yeah. No clue. I'm going here.
Fell into it. That's good.
Fell into it.
TJ, he looks like one of y'all too.
Yeah, he does. He fits. He looks exactly like one of. He like gonna go in there. Too. He gonna be running around UCLA. They're gonna be like, "You're supposed to be here. You fit right in, TJ. Come on in." Running up and down Sunset Boulevard, shaking people's hands.
Like one of y'all.
Yeah, TJ. Yeah, come on in. We want you.
Oh man.
Can I say one football thing?
Yep.
Is it appropriate?
Absolutely.
Can I get back on the Rams train, or am I able to get back on the Rams? Okay, cool.
I think you can.
Okay, I get back on the Rams train.
I mean, why would you not?
I just want to ask you because I've been jumping on and off so much.
Yeah,
I was on it.
I think it's the first thought that counts, right? Like I'll give you.
You're a good dude.
Yeah,
you're a good dude.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
All right,
because you called it early.
I did.
And then all of a sudden things kind of look dicey. You're like,
It did.
But the fact that you called it early,
yes.
I think you get credit for that, man.
I just want to talk about two plays.
Yeah.
And just because I was watching the tape this morning after the game, and I saw two things that happened. First of all, if Aaron Donald just wrecks shop like he wants to, it's Aaron Donald.
He usually does work against Arizona.
Yes,
Arizona and Seattle, he
does.
Not against San Fran, though. But usually Arizona. What do you mean by you don't know why? San Fran is. They're different.
Yeah, they are. And they get them moving laterally a different way. They are.
They're not about that pass.
They get them. One thing I will say about Kyler Murray is people talk about his height. It does come up as a disadvantage when you can't see. You see the tipped interception. But OBJ.
Yep.
Odell Beckham Jr. Mm-hmm. I was listening to some people say he still impacts games. Like, listen, we still he don't have the numbers. We still have to look at him. He still wrecks shop. He had a good game. But what he did on that big touchdown they had to Van Jefferson, I'm looking at it. And I always look at it from what a defensive back is. I see the defensive back leaning towards him, which I would do. If I was a safety, I would lean towards Odell. Odell does an end route and you got the post on top. And he just goes for the post a little bit. Just Odell, because they had got it earlier.
Got him right behind him.
And he was late for the post on the touchdown. Now, nobody's saying that, but why is the safety not in the middle of the field?
Odell.
OBJ.
It's big.
big, bro.
Yeah.
This is what he does for that team. And it takes a while to figure it out. And if you don't want to respond to that, you got 3 guys, who you going to send to cover? Cooper Kupp.
Yeah.
Van Jefferson taking over the top. OBJ doing everything.
It's nice. They got a nice little system.
It's nice. And this is why this dude still has gas in the tank and is still a formidable threat.
Yep. I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm back on the train. Is that cool with you?
Yeah, I'm okay.
I'm back.
I'm okay.
I
with
won
that.
LA in the Super Bowl. Don't know if it's gonna happen, but
I kind of want that other team in the Super Bowl, even though I want LA in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But
we
can't say the name because we're not allowed to. You know, but I kind of want to see them there so we can
do it.
Yeah, I don't even. It's the other team.
You want
who? No.
Who do you want?
I've changed.
You've changed again?
Yeah.
Who do you want? What's the
I can't
team?
say it on.
I know you don't. Can you show me something so I can respond visually?
You played for them.
You want them and who?
Doesn't even matter.
Oh, if they get in, oh my God.
Only for
our people.
Yeah.
But if they get in LA, I think the last time they won was in LA.
Was it?
In the Rose Bowl. Figure that out.
Okay.
Okay, it's that time. Yeah. It's that time, Osi. Great conversation. TJ, we're gonna figure this out.
Yep.
It's time for your questions.
Yep.
For the people.
Okay.
Ask J Bell, ask Osi. Get your comments and reviews. What does this say? Get in. Sometimes I don't know what Simon writes. He got this big block writing, but get in your comments and reviews. We are now on NFL UK YouTube. Don't know how we made it, Osi, but we did.
Now or we've been on there?
We've been on there, yeah.
Okay.
I can't, Simon, man,
It's okay.
It's that upper middle class writing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Yeah. I only know high class writing and low class.
You not the in between.
Not the in between.
I got you.
That's where I am.
Yeah.
At Kevin Pyle 33, got 33 in there, so you know he gets in. My favorite podcasts, Listen Without Fail and recommending to friends. Such interesting conversation and well thought out and explained opinions. Thanks to Osi on that. You should be leading a country. Osi for president or PM. My vote's in there. Because you know what's going to happen? As soon as he gets in there, I'm going to find a way to get all the government grants. They'll be like, you got your friends in here. No, he wouldn't. This is what Osi would do. He would do exactly what some of his owners have done to him in the past. No, some of his good friends high up in the NFL have done. Where he's like, hey, you going to hook me up? Osi, I'd be like, Osi, I'm going to do this. Osi be like, yeah, that's cool. But nah, that's not going to happen. Sorry, J. Bell. But I'll see you later. But yes, I'm with this. Him for president or PM. Oh, man. He would enjoy it.
Could never happen, man.
But I don't think he'd do they'd want him for a meeting and he'd have a 5-a-side. It might be with a world leader. He wouldn't do it.
Someone's got to give.
Another Ask J Bell, Ask Osi. JT, he asked, of the 4 eliminated teams, which is the worst? Which will bounce back first? We got the Lions, we got the Jags, we got the Texans, and the Jets. I know who the worst is. Who's your worst? Jags.
Yeah. I mean,
they got a problem.
Just a very lackluster effort in all fields.
I mean,
right?
You better fix this before you ruin one of the most talented throwers to come out. You know, they got a culture issue.
Yeah.
Who would I want to be?
That guy's gotten, you know what? He's gotten a pass, you know. A lot of people aren't talking a lot about, you know, how terrible of a season our guy's having in Jacksonville.
Trevor Lawrence?
Yeah.
It isn't. Osi's got no help, though.
Yeah.
It's not, when you watch him make the throws. Like, I'm just looking like, can you do it?
Yeah.
Bro, what? There's nothing there. There's the offense isn't designed in a way like you see in New England that fits his strengths. He's got no help, bro.
Yeah, but that's usually how it is though for like the number 1 overall pick, stuff right?
Like
because they usually come from to a very bad team, right? So they usually don't really have much.
They don't have a lot of help,
and they still get like
Yeah.
But nobody's really doing that for this guy.
Yeah,
Like,
nobody's attacking him. No. Because I think they see it.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah, and he is a nice guy.
Yeah,
and he's a nice guy.
He's just a nice guy.
He is a nice. I see what you're saying. I wasn't following.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more about that. Yeah, he is a nice guy. So who do you think? Lions, Texans, or Jets? Who do you think will bounce back first?
I would have to say if the Lions can get like a good quarterback in there, which is a big if.
Yep.
Just simply because of their coach. Like, I believe they play for him. They play hard for him.
Yep.
You know, they fight. On top of that, they got like 7 Nigerians on their team. So, you know, they're going to go hard.
They're going to go hard.
Yeah, you know, they're going real hard. So, I would say the Lions would be the ones that I would. If I was going to say these guys would bounce back quicker, I think it would be them.
Yeah. Culturally, I think they'll get on the same page. Yeah. I'm going to go with the Jets just because you went with the Lions, and I'm going to say they get draft picks, fix the defense. Zach Wilson is a good quarterback. He still makes wild throws. Maybe another year helps him, and he gets better. We have this. This is the last one. This is from Rob Bradshaw. J. Bell. Oh, this is to me. Okay. You've seen the game played in Northern Ireland. Yes, this is true.
In Northern Ireland?
Yes, this is true.
Okay.
Any chance of a shout out for the NFL Northern Ireland and all of us over here? 100% there's a shout out.
Of course.
Shout out to the NFL in Northern Ireland. Shout out to the Derry Donegal Vipers.
Derry Girls. There's a movie. There's a thing called Derry Girls.
It's based off of Nadine's school.
No way.
Yes, it is. That's where Nadine went to school. That whole show is based off of her school she went to.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I've never watched it before.
You should watch it. This is how she went to school. It's a great show.
All right.
Great show.
I'll check it out.
I've walked to the campus where it is, where the actual.
Is it on BBC or no?
Where is Dairy Girls at?
What channel is it on? Is it on BBC?
Channel 4. It's just. I don't.
Or is it on Channel 4? Or maybe ITV?
Oh, it could be all of them.
You know?
Yeah.
Better get the stuff together.
Holla at us. Shout out to Northern Ireland, NFL, all of those. I went to the game. It was wonderful. Everybody was talking about you and me and all that kind of stuff. It was great. Oh, yeah. So it was a good time. That's it, my brother.
Oh, yeah. Well done, Jason.
Hopefully you do not have to walk in that fresh fit anymore today for any long distance.
I got to go to the train. I got to get to the tube.
Yeah, that's respectable. That's it. Holla at y'all next week. Send us all the likes, reviews, the questions, all that. We love it. And I'll be in Northern Ireland for Christmas if you see me. Holla at your boy.